Hey guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources, the Seasons Update. So we started our brand new little town and we're following a route of a little worker bus over here. And I just want to thank you for all the amazing support that I've been receiving. The comments are just amazing and I'm just going to run through a few of them. Firstly, I had a little bit of criticism about we're not using any pre-built cities and no day-night cycle, and that's bad. They want to see that. And I do thank you for your critical comments as well. I honestly like it to also understand what you like and what you don't like. It helps me to make better content. So if you don't like something that I do, please also put that in the comments so that I can understand what it is that you like and don't like. I built a grain silo in our little industrial area over there instead of a cement silo. I fixed that. Thank you so much for picking that up. Can we not buy gravel at the border post is a question that I've received. Yes, we can buy gravel there. The reason I did, in addition to our starter town, did a little starter construction material area is because I just want us to get going a little bit quicker. If we had to build all of those things as well, it'll just slow things down so much. It gives us a big boost at the start if we just have a little bit of construction material to go on. So that's why I did it. Then there was an absolutely brilliant little story about a town called Irinsky as the industrial heart of the state. And I just loved it. Please keep those kind of stories coming. I will definitely be building the industrial heart of Irinsky somewhere in this state, maybe even in the not too distant future, because we will need to get into industrialization pretty quickly. Then there was some good comments around the heating station, and that I'm placing the heating station too close to the to the town. People may die from the pollution and all these kind of things, and there was some additional support onto how the heating system actually works. So thank you so much for that. I'm going to pop out of this now. The heating station, as you can see, is pretty close to the town, and that is a bad thing. So in the future, we're not going to change that, but in the future we will look at better layouts. But as a good little thank you point for that, I am going to rename this town for that comment. The town will be called Morgan Valley. And yes, it's not a very communisty Soviet name, but I'm going to do all kinds of town names and so on. The valley idea works for me over here, considering that we're in between two hills and so on. Then there was also a little bit of a question on the Discord around whether you can rename the border posts. And yes, you can in fact also rename the border post. And so what I am going to do is I'm going to rename this as checkpoint dandelion. Oh, I can't do it. Okay, what we'll do is we'll just make it CP dandelion. CP for checkpoint dandelion. There we go. So our town is getting a little bit of shape here. So we've got the little border town of Morgan Valley, which is the starting point of the somewhat socialist state of chaos. And its border crossing or its checkpoint into the neighboring country is checkpoint Dandelion over here. And we've got big industrial dreams to come for this nation. So as you can see, I've kind of pre-built all of this. And so that is what we've got going on for ourselves. So we are in fact producing cement, we are in fact producing concrete, and we are in fact producing asphalt if we need it to continue our construction. That also means we are importing bitumen from the border. We're not importing gravel at this point in time, but this operation is pretty slow, so we will need to have a look at that. We've got big plans to build some coal mine here and get us self-sufficient in terms of coal mining, and then we will see about what we go and do and further expand on. So I'm excited to get straight into it. A lot of talk, and now let's start playing a little bit. So if I look at our imports over here, I want to just have a quick look. Okay, so we're importing coal and we're importing power, but if we go to last month, we can see some of the bigger ticket items here. Not too much actually. Meat was a big one, coal not that much, and so on. And asphalt also not that much. We're not using a lot of that anymore. But I think one of the things that we haven't imported last month, but that is in fact quite expensive, will be fuel. So I thought one of the things that I would want to do is start getting a little bit of an oil industry coming on here. What that also means is we can start offsetting the expenditure that we have a little bit. I did go and add a small barn over here as a storage point for us to deliver things. The buffer in the store was just too small. We couldn't actually get it to function in terms of distribution, get stuff here, delivered here quick enough before it ran out. So I added a little bit of a buffer as a barn over here. I also built a kindergarten because we were struggling a little bit with these little playgrounds over there. So that's what I've done. So this is our starter town. From here on out, we are going to start building things for ourselves. We've got some basic construction materials, but we need to sort out the rest. One of the first things that I would like to do is get rid of this playground so that I can extend the road through here. And I think that is just going to make sense for us. And we've got a kindergarten here, so the playground is maybe not as important in that spot. I did put some gravel footpaths in here. I built these ourselves. I just wanted to test whether everything was in fact working. But for the time being, we probably need to also get rid of this and that so that we can in fact build another road through here at some point. Well, we can go ahead and do it straight away. The idea will be that we kind of straighten that up and tie in over there, so we've got a nice direct connection. Then we can go and start building some stuff. Okay, so some of the things that we need to do now is we don't have any of the metals and things like that. So if I go here, do we have open hole? I'm sure we have open hole. Open hole, yeah, we have one open hole, which is probably not good enough. But if we go to CP Dandelion. Okay, so we want to deliver to the, from here we would, anyway, we would like to unload steel, prefab, bricks, and boards. Okay, so we'll add that to the mix over here. Prefab, bricks, steel, and boards. So we'll go and collect some of that. We also need to make sure we get mechanical components, which will be very pricey. So we'll go and get that as well. Maybe we'll get electronic components also. So that's a lot of stuff. We're going to still need to buy a lot of, we're definitely going to have to buy a lot of additional vehicles. So let's go ahead and grab a few more open holes. Oh, there was a question about why do I actually buy vehicles at the depot? It's in the spirit of the Cosmonaut challenge. That's why I'm doing it. So I'm going to grab an extra 2 open holes and maybe an extra 2 covered holes over here. Are these the best we can do? 62. Any of these any quicker? Yeah, maybe this one instead. Yeah, okay, let's get 2 covered holes like this as well. And I think that'll give us a good starting point. So let's just move these guys over here so that they can come and help sort that out. Oh, did I not move it? Come on. Move this one over here. Thank you. And move that one over there. Thank you. I believe that should be okay. All of them should now be making their way out as soon as they can. Yeah, perfect. There we go. So we'll start getting some construction materials to come in over here. What I want to lay out now is the start of our oil industry so that we can start producing our own fuel, our own bitumen, and actually start exporting the excess of that and start seeing a little bit of an income coming up. So what I would like to do is grab and try and make these things get the best spot they can. We can get a very good spot over there. So let's just trim it in a little over here. So I'll place one over there. The other one will be nice and center over there. And then we should be able to, yeah, we can squeeze one more over here. We'll slowly start getting these built. It will take a long time as we are playing the Cosmonaut challenge here. So one of the things that I'm thinking is I will run this road up here like so. That's good. And then what we'll do is we will tie off little service roads onto there to be able to get these guys connected. I'll just connect this one first, so we'll see about starting that construction over there. Missing concrete, gravel, asphalt. See, all of this stuff is going to be problematic because at the moment we're still using a ton of this to try and fill up our cement over here. So we're not actually creating a surplus of gravel over there. So that's one of the things that we should probably look at. I can go ahead and get us a big gravel processing plant. That will take us some time to build and some stuff, but it's not that much actually. 10 tons of quarried stone. How much, how much did it actually use? It can consume 120 tons of quarried stone. This guy can produce, it's not actually saying anything at the moment. Not sure, because they're not actually currently doing anything. We can't see how much they can produce, but they can produce a fair bit, I believe. So one of the things we can do is we can start by potentially grabbing ourselves and starting the construction of this facility over here. So something like that we can do so that we can do a lot more. Alternatively, we can just get another rock crusher. So how much materials is this going to take? We can do 3 rock crushers over here. Should be quite useful. So this one is 1,000, over 1,000 work days, a lot of concrete, a little bit of gravel, a lot of steel, 40 tons of steel. If we go over here to the mods and we go to, I think it's under factory. It's over here. The rock crusher takes much less than that, but doesn't actually produce. It's about 10 times. Is it 10 times? No, it's not. Ultimately, we're going to be better off to build the other one. Okay, let's go ahead and get construction going on a better gravel processing plant. And this was a comment as well, saying that we're going to need to move over to something more appropriate fairly quickly. Interesting that it'll build it there, but it won't. If I take out the connections, it won't go ahead with that. Anyway, we will try and level that out a little bit so that we can build a proper gravel processing facility over here. We do that now, still a problem. We'll do that. I think that's going to be just fine to connect it up like this. We've got the 2 spots over there. So we'll start getting construction going on over here. Do we have any construction happening here? Nothing whatsoever just yet. Okay, so more construction vehicles is probably going to be a good thing also. And then I'm kind of wondering, can we... I think I'm going to stop production of this completely. I've kind of trimmed it down quite a lot. So now what we should do is we should start seeing a little bit more coming in here. And I will speed things up a little because it's just going to be a tad slow as it is at the moment. I need more vehicles so that we can get better at this stuff. We need at least another couple of dumpers and another open hole and another concrete mixer. So we'll get a few more vehicles over here. Okay, so we'll get, I don't think another covered hole. We need a couple of dumpers, a couple of open holes, and we are spending money. We're going to have to spend money on vehicles for a pretty long time, I would imagine. I think, yeah, a second one of that should probably be okay for now. Do we need another bus or anything else? Maybe another excavator, actually. Let's get an excavator. Okay. And a bulldozer? No, let's just get the excavator. I think that's more appropriate. So, what I would like to try is, can I place you on there? Not enough space. So that flatbed can't actually deal with it. So it's just going to have to drive its way up there. Okay, so let's actually move that one last so the others can do their thing first. Not a new stop. We want to do that. Oh, well, I'm going to show you something else as well. I actually started doing proper lines. So I'll show you my line system as soon as I've got all of these moved. Get all of them to go and work there so we can get move some construction quicker. We're going to need to do a lot of construction in this game. Now you can make your way out over there. Okay, so if I go to our lines over here, I have built gravel or started a gravel workers line. So this vehicle, this bus that runs between this bus stop here and that bus stop there to bring workers over here, that is underway. That is happening. We've got our little crane going on over there. That's awesome. And then I've got stone delivery 1 and stone delivery 2. So I've taken this away from the distribution facility because it doesn't. If it works with such small amounts that it's really not gonna. It's really not effective. So I just would like these guys to just constantly go back and forth, and they park here and unload until they're full. Empty, and then go back and load until they're full. So it's just I think a better way of doing that. So those are the lines that's there. I'm going to do all my lines in planned and named lines over here so that we don't have a mess like we had in the previous one. Gravel is missing, but that's okay. I think since these guys get capped immediately, we don't need to go too crazy. We should get. Oh, they actually are filling up their storage. Anyway, we just need them to fill up their storage. That's fine. It'll have to be done. We have our coal, and our coal is going to our facilities over here, even though it is boiling hot at the moment. Oh, some of the things that I've seen is if you look at some of these things, now we've got a way of actually better understanding how much power we're using in an area. So I've got a little power distribution area, distribution facility over here. What is it called? A substation. We've got a little substation over there. And so here we can actually see this area is kind of grabbing little bits only at a time. When it gets into full production, you'll be able to see a little bit better what is actually the requirement here. But you can obviously also go and see what is the max that all of these things can take, right? Or actually, what are they using at the moment? No, I'm not too sure. Anyway, the same goes with the water stuff. So if you took a look at the heat, you can kind of see what the heat is in the area that's required and what the heat is of all of the buildings. And why do these buildings not have a heating? It's a bit weird though. But anyway, don't worry. I just love the fact that you've got all of that data available. Oh man, is this thing built? Did they really build that quickly? So you can see little bits and pieces of stuff are appearing over here. We are getting electronic components. We are getting mechanical components. So everything is now being imported. Our numbers are dropping pretty badly, but we are also constructing some of these things. Okay, so now these guys are moving out to go and build the various other bits and pieces. And this is the point where what I was trying to make with these things, everything we build ourselves will take a long time to do. So what we can do now is I think I can go and start planning out a little bit more stuff in this area specifically for this town. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to build another. And I'll cancel some of that. We won't be using all of this. And we want to obviously gravelize all of these roads at some point. So one of the things I want to do is see about roughly about the center over there. I want to run it out a little bit like this. And then I want to turn it this way. So something like that maybe. Okay, and then I want to do another little bus stop over here. And so that we've got potentially multiple kind of bus routes. We can have an internal bus route and make sure that everybody can actually walk there. To be honest, we probably need the bus up there instead. So let's do that. We'll trim back on this one. And let's try and add a bit of a bus stop in there. Just one of those pass-through bus stops is going to be just fine. Ooh, we'll have to trim it back even more. So I want to do just a little pass-through bus stop. Actually, something like that is going to be really cool. We'll just do that as our extra bus stop in this area. Just going to stop the construction over there so that we don't go ahead and build that now. So this means that we can lay out a little bit more in our town here. Whether that's going to still be within the range, I'm not too sure. Well, yeah, some of this will still be in the range. So what I thought is here we can actually start building some additional housing complexes if we need to. Taking a quick look at the population statistics, on the other hand, I see we have no escapes and we're doing proper on births over here, much better than the deaths. So we just switched over to a new month. So let's quickly have a look at what our imports was for last month. So you can see the most expensive stuff there is steel, so we really need to get to that. Electronic components, electronics. We didn't import any. Oh, there's a bit of bitumen there, but very minor. We didn't import any fuel, so we still have tons of stock of fuel around. Okay, this is actually, that construction is coming along nicely. We're going to finish off this one pretty quickly. We need to plan out the rest of the infrastructure for that. Okay, what we do have is we've got a modded... Is it under factories? We've got a mod... Yeah, it must be under factory. We've got a modded small something over here. Rural clothing, textiles, bakeries, breweries. Where is it? Is this all of it? Okay, hang on. Let's just have a look here. While everything is currently under construction, it's not in here, is it? Rural bakeries, textiles, breweries, clothing. No, none of that. Oh, small refinery. Here it is. A small refinery that will do a maximum production of 5 tons of fuel and 3 tons of bitumen per day. It'll take 10 tons of oil per day. For that max consumption, it's only going to grab about 50 workers. And it's got a pretty sizable tank, actually, 75 tons of fuel and bitumen. So really, the next big thing for us is to get this going on over here. I'm going to try and get it nice and close, but I do want to leave room for, and maybe what I should do is actually get the 3-into-1 oil pump forwarding station thingy. Let's do that, 3-into-1 over here somewhere. Yeah, like so. So we'll just start it off. Yeah, we're probably going to need to do it something like this. So the 3-into-1, we'll just score it in here. I think this is going to be... Okay, let's not connect those. We'll place this one here. I just want to see if that is going to be able to reach there. So if we do this in planning mode, yeah, we shall reach it. Yeah, so that can in fact work. So let's just cancel that. I don't want to get to build that just yet. I'm happy with this one. Then if I go and grab the because that one is ready to start pumping. Now if I go to mods and grab the where is it again? This small refinery over here. I wanted to... Oh, it's actually going to get a little bit of power over here. I'm just going to place it right over there. Oh, and there it goes, connected up straight away. I think that is pretty cool. These are not powered. At the moment, this is not powered. But it can produce, I think, a pretty good amount. But we'll probably need to activate at least the second one to get to this capacity. The third one, we might actually stop the third one altogether because that's not a very good source that we're on over there. This is the good source right here. So between these two, we should be able to sort that out. I just need us to get all of these things constructed as quickly as we can. We are constructing without any issues, maybe a little short on workers. Even another excavator could be quite handy. But yeah, there's still a lot of resources that needs to go into this. But we are in fact seeing a lot of gravel availability now, so that's awesome. I like that. Okay, so this is going to start our process. What we could do is we could pipe these guys into here, so we can provide two tanks over there, one for fuel and one for bitumen, and tank it over here, or we can just do new tanks right over here and do less pipe. How much is the piping going to cost us? In terms of if we want to construct it, 15 tons of steel. Piping is really expensive, right? Look at that. So this is just, I feel it's too expensive to do that. So I'd rather look into grabbing some of these modded smaller storages. Oh, where is it? I can never find what I'm looking for in this. I don't know why. Is it just because it feels like it's constantly moving? It's never in the same spot because I keep adding stuff, right? That's why. This is, oh, that's so much cheaper to build. So much cheaper to build. So I'd much rather get us a couple of tanks over here. And that's just going to be as simple as that. So I'm not going to go and connect them up, and we're going to get all of these things to be built first. So I'll just do one there and one there, and we'll end up getting them connected as we go. All of these guys, oh look, there's the piping going. Oh, I probably need another bus over here to get workers out a little bit more effectively. So if we go and look at our buses, I want something that can carry, yeah, maybe that one is the right number, the right one for us. Yeah, let's just grab this one. It's going to have a lot of workers available for that. Can I get that to move over to this one? Okay, so the construction over here is, there's construction underway. Ooh, hang on, we need some roads. So what I'll do is I'm just going to tie that one up over here somewhere. That's going to be just fine. So then that can start constructing as well. There's a lot of construction underway. How quickly can we get this? We're missing concrete. Concrete not working, not exporting. Do we need another concrete mixer is the question. I think so. Let's get another concrete mixer. Not over there, over here. One more concrete mixer, please. Okay, you can move over there and start your work. So now we've got so many vehicles up and running and working over here. I'm happy that, oh, that pipe has been done. This is up and running. We need power over here also. I believe we've got another line that we can run out probably straight through here. Yeah, I think that's going to be the right thing to do. Get it somewhere over here. Okay, if I grab power, it's under power, a little distribution or substation. If we do this, that'll actually power everything in this immediate vicinity. If we take it a little further, we can probably get powering a little bit more. You definitely want to get that one in there potentially. We may not use it. But so I'll go ahead and we'll get started on constructing that. So much construction underway. Actually, for the time being, let's pause that so we can get these other bits and pieces done first. A lot of work happening over here, but hopefully we can. I would like us to get through this as quickly as we can. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done over here, but a lot of concrete needs to be dropped off. But I think we're not burning through the concrete. Yeah, we can actually get the concrete here just about in time so that we can continue that work. So it's just a lot of concrete that needs to go back and forth, back and forth. So that's okay. It means that we're actually working. I think a little bit of a gravel industry and this expansion of our gravel industry will be quite useful. One thing that I did not check when I did this is whether, yeah, we should be able to, I don't want to build, hang on, I want to build some of these guys. Oh, it's not gonna, oh, really? Okay, well, what I'll rather do then is let's try and squeeze underneath here. Can we really not squeeze underneath there? If we do, oh, it just doesn't want to. That would have been so cool if we could have done that. Well, alternatively, we could maybe run it down here. Through here would have been really the best. Yeah, there's really no way we're getting that through anywhere. I don't want people to hang underneath these guys. Okay, so if we say we can't actually tie in here, it's too close. So we'll just have to kind of do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and hopefully that means that this is still within like walking distance. Yeah, easily within walking distance to that. Good. Okay, good. So that's all set up. A lot of construction that still needs to happen, but we have to pace ourselves to make sure. What are we missing at the moment? The source of gravel is empty. Yeah, because we're using a lot of that in the concrete, I think. It kind of proves to me that we're doing the right thing. Oh, but now we've got more people coming to work here. Ha ha ha. But yeah, our gravel, our concrete is gonna kind of run out too soon in this way. But we've got lots of these guys coming in to come and pick up their concrete. So at least this is kind of working. I would like us to get all of these roads into gravel as soon as we can also. Okay guys, what I'll do is I will kind of speed things along a little till at least some of these construction pieces are done. Okay, so we've done a little bit of construction in the meantime. Got this facility up and running. Well, it's not up and running, but it's up. We've got our pumping station up. We've realized, or I've realized, that I actually need a heat exchanger over here because the building temperature is too low. You can see we're running into November. It's -3 degrees. I'm imagining that we will be getting snow very soon. So there's a heat exchanger coming up over here. I did put the power lines in here, and I'm kind of wondering, that's one of the things that I've not generally built myself. So I do want to see how the whole power line thing works. Is it probably going to be built from over here, or I don't know. I want to have a quick look at that. We finished off the gravel, but I then also realized that it's not within the range of the heating facility over there. So I've kind of closed it down for now. We're building a new heat exchanger a little bit closer. We'll have to re-divert. Oh, it's just finished, by the way. So what we'll need to do is divert this this pipe in there. So I would imagine that it is pretty quick to do so. So let's give it a go. It's not ideal, obviously, to be redoing things like this. So if I go and grab, no, we want heat pipes. What is the sizing of the pipes? Yeah, we're using small pipes. So let's not do that. If we do this, it's very little effort to do that. So I will have to kind of break this one down, which is a little unfortunate, all the way to say up there. Okay, that's unfortunate. Then what we'll do is we will tie this in here instead, and I'm going to need us to do that very quickly. Oh, one of the other things that is now available, which is a saw for the first time, is you can now assign to a construction facility. Oh, so steel and mechanical components is not necessarily available, but we will assign it to this Morgan Valley new large construction office. I will also change that name, and then you can assign it. So now it's assigned, you can assign in that way, which is cool, and it tells you how far they're away. So I'm hoping it's not going to be too bad for these workers over here. At least the town is still has got heat, and our new heat exchanger over here will provide heat for a new area of town over here, because I was a little worried about the distance to heating. Actually, I think that will provide slightly further away. It will provide heating slightly further away. 250. So 250 over here is, yeah, we might go in there. So this guy will probably provide maybe up to there. So it's going to be good. Here we go. Snow. Nice. Okay, so we've got a lot happening in terms of construction. I do want to see, oh, here we go. The construction is happening over here. Okay, so that's how they do it. That should be fairly quick to do. Yeah, that seems to be pretty decent. Do we have everything we need here, or are they still missing some stuff? Okay, so the snow has come in. Now we've got the nice white background. We've got everything we need. So just a few work days that is required for us to finish that off. That's actually not bad at all. Not bad at all. The construction is underway over here. I'm hoping we can get this construction sorted out pretty quickly, because these guys are going to be extremely unhappy over here, right? There's no workers here. Is it because it's too cold, or what? I don't know. We haven't paused, right? Everything is still underway. Oh, and now, of course, the one thing that we need to do, now everything is slowing down tremendously. Okay, so what do we need now? We've got a technical office, I believe, is what we're looking for. So where? Actually, the technical office is probably over here. Yeah, here it is. Technical services. That's a pretty sizable building to build. Is there? I've got a few modded ones. Maybe we can get that to do a little closer. Technical services. How is this? It's something small, just like 1 or 2 vehicles. Maybe 3 vehicles is the one that we're after. That's 9 tons of gravel, 7 tons. How many vehicles is this, though? I have no idea. But 3 vehicles seems to be okay. A small technical office of 3 vehicles. Yeah, let's do that. And I'm gonna try and squeeze it in. Yeah. It can? Oh. This spot here feels like it's a good spot in town. So we will go and get a small technical office over there. Hopefully they can build that pretty quickly also. Is this underway, or we're still waiting on stuff? Yeah, here goes some stuff. It's actually coming in here. Or Yeah, it's coming in there. So we still need to finish that build over there. We're missing a few bits and pieces there. Okay, what we'll do in the meantime is I will go and start laying out what we want to do here. Though I won't connect them up straight away because it'll start construction and we're not quite in a position to do so. So I will do that as a bit of a starting point for that road. We will also want to get some pipes in here. So just the standard piping up and in there, and one over there. So that's, wow, that's a lot of steel into that piping. Really a lot of steel. So that should get us going. I'm happy to, as soon as we finish off this construction here, and now I'm very tempted to just build this so that we can get snowplows out on the road. Very tempted. Oh, I wanted to rename the construction yard, not the vehicles, the construction yard. If I rename that just to Morgan Valley Construction. Just Morgan Valley Construction, like that is going to be the name of this one. We will have our town names and all these kind of things, so that should be pretty good. I need this technical facility to be built fairly quickly. I want this to be built. Ah, here we go. Do we have any workers on site here? We need mechanical components, which I'm hoping is on the way. We shouldn't have too much problem with that. And then actually, people arriving here from the bus should be able to come over and build that section for us. Once that's up and running, we will probably remove the rock crusher, because the rock crusher wasn't a great idea for us over here. We just needed so much more gravel. But we do now, in fact, have gravel available. So we can probably start opening this up for business yet again, but I don't think it's necessary just yet. I'd rather get some of our construction built in here done a little quicker. So resources are slowly trickling their way over here. The electric line here was really quick to build, really quick. Yeah, it takes a long time. Okay, what I'll do is I will see you once these are back, or once these are done. Okay, so we're just about finishing off our first technical services facility over here. So we've got that up and running. Let's purchase a couple of snow plows. We are well into our first winter. It is freezing. Let's see, snow plows. Where do we find them? Over there. So we've only got, well, let's get, I think we can take 3 of them. So let's just get all 3 of them in. We need snow plowing ASAP. So let's move them up to their facility over here. I don't quite know what the mechanic is. In terms of how they decide where they go and all these kind of things. We'll have a look at the building now and see if we can figure something out. All of our current construction, I think, is now been kind of sorted out, but I do want us to continue to get that oil facility up and running. So they're coming in. There's nothing actually here that's going to say this or that or do it this way or that way. So we'll see once the vehicles arrive what they start doing. Okay, I'm going to activate these pipelines over here. I'm also happy to report that in general, so we'll go ahead and commission those. We won't pay for them just yet. I want to grab these roads in here so that we can get the construction to start for these, also for these tanks. And then we need to build a pipe that goes over there. Luckily, with the power that's now finished, this one is already pumping oil. Not that much, 2.7 tons a day, so that's not great. But it's filling up this tank, so we will have a lot of reserves over here once we get everything going. Now, happy to report our temperatures are looking good. So our new facility over here is working. We still have the old one there that's just kind of just hanging out. Not sure we're going to break it down or anything like that, maybe later. But at this point in time, it's kind of working fairly well over here. The temperatures here are awesome, and we are maintaining a decent amount of coal in here all the time. So that's good. That's working. Now, we need a pipe to come from, no, a heating pipe to come from here up there to this facility, and I'm kind of wondering, do we run it straight through the town, or do we try and go around the back here? It's obviously going to cost us a little bit more steel to do so. So if we go up a little bit and we try and can we run it in between? I'm not sure we'll be able to run it in between. Let's see, can we run it something like this? Can we run? Oh, I don't think we can just start it anywhere, right? Yeah, it's not going to run through there. So let's try and run it around the back here a little bit. Go up a level. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll maintain it up one level so that we can get roads and stuff underneath it. So the idea is that we run it out a little bit this way, then we're going to come and trim it, and that takes a lot of steel, guys. It takes a lot of steel. So if we do, say, up to there, can we now, yeah, do this? Oh, look at the snowplow go! Look at that! Oh, love it! Excellent, that's very good. At least they get done pretty quickly. So if we go here then across this road and kind of to the back of these buildings here is, I think, the right spot for us to do. So something like that, and then we'll run it up here. I want to leave these lines to be pretty straight. That's going to be pretty costly for us to do. So something like that, and we end it off right there. Okay, let's commission that. That is... well, not that much steel, actually. Let's get that going. So we'll get that pipe to go. Now, the next thing we need, we've got a lot of people that's unemployed at the moment, which we just need to kind of figure out. There's definitely going to be 50 employment opportunities over here. And when this thing is up and running, that's another 15. So there's a few things that's going to take employment. I want to just start doing the layout of our town over here a little bit more. So if we say... modded maybe residential areas. I wanted to grow this residential area just a little bit more because we're not going to be able to deal with, once we open up the mine, we're going to need tons more people to work here. So let's get, and the mine still needs to be built, by the way. So construction is also a job. And we do need to make sure that we have enough people that can also work in the construction field. We want residential. So if I go residential, I'm not going to go straight big stuff over there, but maybe some of these old 4-story buildings or something like that. How many people in here? That's like 64. Maybe an old 5-story. Yeah, that's a little better, huh? Old 5-story, 80 workers. Is that too much? Now that's a 4-story. That's a 5-story. Maybe 5-story is too much. Maybe this town, we'll just stick it with like 4 stories in this town. Oh, double old. What? Oh, that's just bigger. Oh, that's just bigger, is it? Okay, 4-story double. 128 workers. Quality of flats is 80. That's not bad, actually. And it takes... oh, but it doesn't have all the access points. Okay, anyway. What I'm thinking is I'll just start a few of them in there. We won't start construction right yet. So I'm thinking maybe something like this. And maybe we only start with the 1. I can do some of these over here as well. But we also need to make sure that we continue to maintain some facilities for them. So let's do, yeah, I think let's do a couple of these guys. We'll give a little bit of room in between. Maybe more something like this so they're a little closer together here. How does this look? So that's okay. These are pretty close together. There's a little gap there. There's a little gap there. There's a bit of a gap there. So I think that's going to be okay. That'll ultimately be a ton of additional workers for us. So let's get some of these little pathways to maybe connect straight from the one side to the other side. Something like that maybe. We'll do a run through over there. We won't connect them up just yet. I'm loving the snowplows, helping us big time. We probably need more. The 3 snowplows was maybe not quite enough, but it's okay. Do they have some kind of range? Do we... Oh, there we go. So they don't actually go all the way to the end. So maybe 3, and then we'll just build a few of those facilities instead all the time. How's our construction going over here? Are we seeing some construction on these pipes? Do we have the stuff that's arrived? Yeah, the steel is here. The mechanical components is here. The workers and stuff is going to arrive soon. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. What I do, however, notice is we need some more technical services vehicles. So let's grab another one and place it maybe in this area over here, close to the border. We want these roads to be nice and smooth to travel on. So that was actually here, infrastructure, technical services was where? There it is, technical services. How many does this one take? We have no idea. But what we'll do is we'll start building a technical services building right over here. Although we are going to go out of winter anytime soon. Well, let's get started on that building over there also. Get some more technical services there with multiple vehicles around. That'll help us out a lot. I'm also going to open up the construction for this so that we can start getting that built as well. This is just the layout of where we're going to head to. These guys, can they walk to the school? Yeah, they should be able. Once we link these up, and by the way, we can go ahead and do that link up. Once we do this link up through here, okay, then they will certainly be able to walk their way over here. I love the snowplows doing their bit. Oh, it's actually just turning around over there. Nice. Doing their bit to get things go quicker. Oh, look at this. Look how quickly they're actually building this. Missing some more steel. So steel should be on the way. Can we see some steel coming in? No, so they run out of steel. But yeah, that area has been built pretty quickly. So there's more construction going on over here. We have steel there. But yeah, we need all of these roads to be cleared up a little bit. And we need to get them so that they're not just these little dirt roads. We need gravel roads. Okay, so that I love it. Look at that. Our little snowplow doing its trick over here, huh? That is quite cool. That is quite cool. Love myself a little snowplow. Okay, now we just need, we need more of these roads to be plowed all the time so that the guys can at least, I mean, they're pretty slow as is, these vehicles. Right, 35 kilometers on the dirt road. We really need to up that to like 60 kilometers on the gravel. And that's some of the things we're going to want to do fairly soon. With all of our gravel in stock now, right, we've got a fair bit of gravel available. We can really now start doing that. Okay, that's probably a good idea. Let's start the construction of some gravel road sections. And we'll have to do it little bit by bit. Nice. A lot of the snowplows is doing their trick, and it's as long as it's not snowing, it doesn't really fill up again. So that's cool. That's cool. It's really realistic that way. And it only really snows once it gets a little colder than this, I think. Like -9 or 10, I think, then it starts snowing again. Anyway, we're still waiting on a little bit more steel over here. Where is our steel being located at the moment? Only 4.5 tons. It should just be one truckload of steel coming up here now. Yeah, here it is. The last bits of steel coming in. And that'll immediately see us finish off this pipe. I do like the fact that we can do the pipes pretty quickly. Pipes and the wires goes pretty quickly, and that's good. Once this is up and running, all of this should be, we should be able to finish that off. And then we can start sending buses in here for people to come and work there. That would be so cool. I want to love that. Potentially this needs to be built by that time. Morgan Valley Construction is working on it, but I'm not sure they're very effective at the moment due to all the snow and the stuff. And are they getting enough workers? How many people do we have unemployed? Only 30, yeah? So once construction ramps up, we really don't have that much of a buffer. We don't have any escapes, but we have a fair bit of deaths actually. But we're going to breach our 1,000 population very soon. In which case, we're probably going to need to get some more people to come and live here. Well, we're going to start seeing the over 21s popping in at any point now, I think. And so we're just going to make sure there will be some additional housing for them. But that's not our top priority this very minute. Okay, this construction is almost done over here. We're going to finish that one off now. I like it. So there's our first tank. This tank will be, we'll just make the first one fuel and the other one will be bitumen. Doesn't matter which way around you do it. Yeah, so there's still a little bit of work going on over there. But that's awesome. We're pretty much ready to start working this facility over here. We've got, this is not quite heating it up yet. Once that's there, once that's done, we can start working this. And we can take all of that 90 tons of oil and we can start producing our own fuel and bitumen, which will be a big step in the right direction. Then we'll use a distribution office to take, once that thing is above 80%, we will start exporting that over here, which will be another awesome thing for us to do, and just get our imports to work a little bit better. At the moment, we're losing about 40,000 a month this year. Well, actually, just the last month was a big one. So all in all, we're actually doing a pretty decent job at not spending too much money, but a lot of stuff is still being imported all the time. We're seeing some construction of our gravel road here, which I'm very happy to see. Still a lot of gravel that needs to come this way, but really we can do it pretty quickly. I think we need to buy an additional bulldozer so that we can get more of the gravel roads done quicker. How many vehicles do we have here? We still have a few slots available. It's never a good idea to get the smaller ones. Try another bulldozer. Move the bulldozer over there to the construction yard, and so we should hopefully be able to, because we're now going to go into a process of getting a lot more gravel roads going on, so we want the bulldozers to be able to at least do 2 segments at a time. How's it looking over here? Oh, still tons of gravel available. So this facility might not have been that urgent to build, to be honest. We should have rather focused on some of these other things. But that's the way we learn, eh? That's the way we learn about all of this. Here comes more snow. Yeah, so I'm definitely wrong about the snow. It's 4 degrees. It's just the intermediate snow that you get. So no specific temperatures for snow. Okay, I think we're almost done over here. It's interesting, the construction workers, they don't complain about temperatures, because it should be pretty cold out there in the construction site. Yeah, we need more plows. But I think the idea would be to have smaller plow facilities more frequently will have you better covered. So these facilities over here will really ramp up this. This area will be nice and clean all the time. This area will be clean, and then what I'm probably thinking going to do is going to get an extra one over here so that these guys don't have to drive all the way out there and they don't have to drive all the way down there. That's the idea. But yeah, our first winter going pretty well. I don't think if we go, our population's dropped a little bit. A few more people dying during the winter, it seems. So if we look at this year, we had 60 births and 61 deaths. So we're just kind of staying the course. We don't have any escapes, which is absolutely awesome. I'm just loving it. Oh, there we go. There goes the snow. So now things should go and speed up everywhere again. Almost done with this facility here. I think just a little load of workers should finish that one off, and then we should be ready. And now people, and this is done as well. So hang on, let's have a quick look. Is everything working? Are we getting our 24 degrees everywhere throughout? Yes, very good, very good. Okay, I'm gonna buy us, this one needs to be, to make sure that this is bitumen instead. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to buy another bus over here, and that will be kind of where we end this episode, I think. We need 50 workers in here, right? 50 workers. So if we do one that can do like 60, like this, probably about right. So let's grab that one, the blue bus over there. Okay, so the blue bus. Now, what I'm going to tell you about this, I'm going to say, let's start a line. Okay, add a new line. You're going to pop in here, collect some people. Oops. Collect some people at the bus stop. Okay, then you're going to make your way over to the small refinery. There we go. And we're going to rename this as the refinery workers. Let's call it oil refinery workers. Yeah, no, we don't have any other refineries, right? Refinery, actually, we probably have other refineries later. So this will be Morgan Valley Refinery workers. Yeah, that's better. Okay, do that and save it. Okay, now you can see, now that we've built it, this is going to be the route for now. I do like that, but once that's opened up, it should be a better route, I imagine. So here we go. We're going to pick that bus and we're going to add it to our new Morgan Valley Refinery workers, like so. And start. That's cool. We can happily go along with that. It is, oh, actually, this guy is doing it, so we don't necessarily need bulldozers for it. That's okay. A new vehicle is available. It's first message in a while. Some microbuses and things that we're getting. Okay, guys, so there we go. So now we're going to start seeing some workers arrive here, and that will start pumping fuel and bitumen for us from this. And then we'll start linking up some more of that if we need to. Then we will make sure that this guy will now go and collect its bitumen from not the customs house. Actually, it needs to go get nothing from the customs house. If we do that, we will say add another one. This one over here. And here you would like to come and load bitumen. There we go. So as you need bitumen, you come and get it over here. We will also do the same thing with the fuel situation. As soon as this is up and running, though. We don't want to run out of fuel too quickly. Running out of asphalt now is not going to be the end of the world. I just want to rename these as well. This is going to be Morgan Valley Fuel Storage. Fuel reserve, or fuels, it's a reservoir. Fuel reserve. Let's say fuel reserve. Morgan Valley Fuel Reserve. And this will be the Morgan Valley Bitumen Reserve. There we go. MV Bitumen Reserve. Okay, and there we go. Guys, we are planning by commission. And so please tell me what you think we need to do next. Where do we need to go? Is there any specifics that we're doing wrong? Should we do a specific type of building in here? Should we prioritize a road somewhere? Should we prioritize an industry? Those kind of things. I would love to see them in the comments down below. Or even better, come and join the Discord and we'll have a longer discussion over there about the future of our glorious, somewhat socialist state of chaos. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.